Students, we were talking about the passive citizens. Passive citizens were those people who did not have right to vote. About 3 million men, women, children and youth below 25 years were classed as passive citizens. They were the poor people of French society. Students, these voters were basically voting for two bodies. First, they were voting for the judges in judiciary. Second, they voted for electors. There were 50,000 men who were electors. These electors belonged to the highest bracket of taxpayers. Basically, they were rich people among the active citizens. These electors further elected the members of National Assembly. There were 745 members in National Assembly. This was the legislature, the law-making body of the France. The king and some other ministers were executive. They enforced the laws. They were controlled by the National Assembly. The king was now subjected to the constitution. He was now a nominal head, like the President of India. All works of the state were done in the name of the king, but the real power was in the hands of National Assembly. Students, if you see the Constitution of India, it begins with the provision like we the people of India, and there are so many basic rights like equality, fraternity, justice, etc. assured to the citizens of India. So, like this, in France also, the constitution began with the Declaration of Rights of Men and Citizens. Now, the people had some basic rights in France. Those basic rights were such as the right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, equality, fraternity, liberty, and most important, voting rights. These rights were natural and inalienable rights. Natural rights are those which are given by nature. As we can say, right to life. Nature has given us life. And this right is inalienable, means nobody can take away this right from us. These rights belonged to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. It was the duty of the state to protect these natural rights. Students, during that period, many people were illiterate in France. So, images and symbols were frequently used instead of printed words to communicate with those persons. Some symbols were like broken chains. Broken chain stands for freedom. The bundle of rods or fasces. It stands for unity. As you know, a single rod can be broken easily, but it is hard to break the bundle of rods, means strength lies in unity. Next is the eye within a triangle radiating light. This means that the rays of knowledge will drive away the clouds of ignorance. Next is scepter. It was the symbol of royal power. snake biting its tail form a ring. This was symbolizing the eternity, something which do not have an end. Next is red Frisian cap. This was the cap worn by a slave upon becoming free. So this was a symbol of freedom. Next is blue, white, red. Actually, these are the national colors of France, and the lady is wearing it to depict these colors. Next is the winged woman. This is the personification of law. Actually, this is depicting that people have the power of law. The power of law that have given them freedom. So, people now have their wings back and they are flying in the sky with happiness. The law tablet. It shows that law is same for all and everyone is equal in front of law. So students, these were some basic symbols used by the people of France during that time so that they can convey their messages to everyone. Students, that's all for today. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.